Hello, my name is Amy Brown, and I'm a Principal Certification Candidate at Lamar University. And this will be my second video, which is a participating video. And I am answering the question of interview a cross-section of staff and faculty members regarding their perspective of the campus vision in these areas. How does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision? How are these contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community? And how does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision? And finally, what processes are used in improving morale, which moves the campus towards the realization of the campus vision? I interviewed a broad spectrum based on teaching experience at my campus. My teachers wanted to remain anonymous, but I will still tell you a little bit about their teaching backgrounds, how long they have taught, what their teaching assignments are before each interview begins. These interviews were held after the PLC for Social Studies Department. I pulled various teachers to interview, and I had already emailed them the questions ahead of time so they knew what to expect in the interview and what questions they would be answering. To determine if the teachers I interview know the campus vision, I will be looking for direct quotes of the campus vision, or if they have an idea of what the goal is for our campus. Because I ran out of time at the end of the Social Studies PLC meeting, I also took time the next day during planning periods to go ahead and interview teachers that we were not able to interview after the PLC. So you will see teachers within their classrooms, and there are various classrooms so that they feel more comfortable about where they are being interviewed, and some of them had made notes about how they would answer the interview questions ahead of time. The first interview is with a teacher we will call Mr. N. He has been teaching at the high school level at the current high school for 3 years, but he has an overall teaching experience of 7 years. He is currently assigned as the head cross-country coach, an assistant track coach, and he teaches AP Economics for 5 classes throughout the day. First off, how long have you been teaching at Crowley High School?
3 years.
Okay, awesome, thank you. How does campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision?
First, I don't know what the campus vision is, but second, we give each other shout-outs, which is written encouragement put on each other's mailboxes. What else do we do? Teacher of the Month, I think, I think we do that, and then the district does the Heartbeat Award thing, which I'm not quite sure what the Heartbeat Award is, and but someone gets a gift card for that.
Okay. How are these contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community?
I do not think they are communicated to the community, to my knowledge. Maybe at board meetings, which maybe has 10 people there. The students don't know, other than Teacher of the Year award. They do know who the Teacher of the Year is. And the staff might get an email shout out during the weekly news of what's happening on campus.
How does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
Monday, Thursday, Friday.
And it was all day Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't
Yeah.
like,
And no, and this was.
Is it okay that there's a pause?
That's fine.
This question again? Or?
Yeah, I will. How does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
Well, honestly, I feel like the goal is to keep failures like under wraps, so it doesn't make the school look bad. So I don't think this is encouraged.
And then the final question, what processes are used in improving morale which moves the campus toward the realization of the campus vision?
They were supposed to be in spring break right now.
Yeah.
But they moved it because they were
I think the principal does a good job of, and the principals do a good job of being seen. They're out and about in every passing period, which is good, and during the whole power hour. They're, especially the lead principal, is very engaging, laughs a lot, encouraging. That's nice. And then he doesn't host meetings unless there's a need for one, which is nice. But again, I'm not quite sure what the campus vision is. Those just make me feel better.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
The next interview I conducted was with the teacher we will call Mr. R. He has been at the current high school for this is his 3rd year. He has been teaching in the district, however, for 12 years, and he has been a teacher overall for 17 years. He is our most experienced teacher that I have interviewed. He is not the longest tenured at the campus, though. He currently serves as department chair for the Social Studies Department, and his teaching assignment is AP US History, which he teaches 4 classes through the day, but he also has a planning period, a department chair period, and additional periods to help other teachers in the department.
It sounds like he was answering the questions that, like, I emailed you some answers. Are you asking those questions or the ones that you had?
The ones that were just the listed out questions that didn't have a scale with it.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's why I'm really just so worried about power hours right now. That's what they told us, like.
Oh.
And Blackboard has been great.
Okay, first, thank you for your time. How long have you been teaching?
This is my 17th year.
And how many years have you spent at this high school?
This high school, this is my third, I want to say third year maybe.
Okay, and how many years have you spent in the district, though?
12.
Okay. Number 1, how does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision?
Well, they have a lot of recognitions that they do. Teacher of the Month, Avid Teacher of the Month. The Avid students get to choose their favorite teacher who's using Avid strategies in the classroom. The principal puts out a weekly bulletin every week, and he gives kind of kudos, recognitions to people who are going above and beyond. Sometimes at the faculty meetings, the principal is very positive with his staff. We also have in the district the Heartbeat of Crowley ISD Award, where teachers can nominate other teachers for kind of epitomizing the district vision and beliefs and going above and beyond. So.
Number 2, how are these contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community?
Well, like I said, sometimes the principal will have it in his bulletin. The Heartbeat of Crowley ISD is, there's emails. It's on the district website. The district has invested money in making a new website where they try to improve public relations and communication with the public. And a lot of it's just word of mouth, just positive reinforcement as well. They do announce some things over the announcements to where students can hear it sometimes too as well.
Number 3, how does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
Well, our district and our school is big on planned learning communities, PLCs. And so within those PLCs, departments can come together, and within different content groups in that department, they will plan and collaborate with each other. And within that environment, they can come up with lesson plans where they might try something new and share and be innovative or creative. And part of that cycle in the PLC is to evaluate how effective those lesson plans are based on analyzing and disaggregating data from those lessons, and trying to kind of that continuous improvement model too. So.
Number 4, what processes are used in improving morale, which moves the campus towards the realization of the campus vision?
Morale, well, I can tell you morale has improved a lot here with our new principal. And a lot of it, to be honest with you, is just the way they treat people, the way they're very visible in the school, the way they talk to their staff. They're very respectful, and you can tell they trust their staff. There's not micromanagement or looking over your shoulder. He trusts his workers to do the job. There's also, in the district, we have a mentoring program for first-year teachers, first, second, third-year teachers, to where they can have someone to talk to, vent, ask questions. And then also, once again, the planned learning communities, the PLCs, promotes that collaborative environment. There's some schools where teachers just kind of do their own thing, and they never really, they're isolated in the school. But we definitely have a collaborative environment promoted here, and definitely within our department, and we see a lot of success from that.
Thank you.
The third teacher I interviewed was Mrs. P. Teaching is actually her second career. This is her second year at CHS and her second year teaching. This year she had new assignments. She is teaching one course of psychology, which switches to sociology for the second semester. She is teaching AP Government for 5 classes, and she is now the assistant JV soccer coach. So she had multiple preps and a new sport, and at times she felt overwhelmed, but I asked her about our vision and our goals, and you'll find out about that next.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for meeting with me.
No problem.
How long have you been a teacher?
2 years.
And how many years have you spent at this campus?
2 years.
Awesome. How does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure the campus vision has something to do with student excellence, although it's never actually been said to me. So, how does the campus acknowledge and recognize those? Let's see. We have a weekly newsletter that goes out thanking people at the bottom for above and beyond things that they've done. And also we have a district-wide Heartbeat Award that goes out. So that's not really the campus, but it is as a district. And other than that, I would say only in staff meetings where people are recognized because of their implementation strategies, or they get to share them with other people. That's pretty much how.
Okay, awesome. How are these contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community?
I would say via the Crowley website. Not really effectively communicated within the school, but definitely effectively communicated district-wide on the website to the students and community.
How does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
Let's say. I know that, I don't know. We have like a, what is that called? It's like I don't want to say symposium, but at the end of the year, teachers are allowed to do like technologically innovative things and then take them to competitions with their students' help. So I think maybe that would be one of the ways that they facilitate innovative thinking.
The Technology Expo.
Yeah, the Technology Expo. There you go. I don't know really how it's, they use it as a learning experience to promote our vision, though.
Okay. What processes are used in improving morale, which moves the campus toward the realization of the campus vision?
Okay, so I would say that Power Hour was instituted, which is supposed to improve morale throughout the student and teacher body staff so that we can get our kids on track, things like that. And that's for student excellence, so there's a process.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
The next teacher I interviewed we will call Mr. G. He is also a new teacher. He has been teaching for a little over 1 month, and we are in the second semester of the year, so he is brought in to replace a teacher that has left. He originally worked in hospitals as a paramedic, and this is completely new to him, but he has finished a master's in history. He is teaching one section of psychology that has transferred into sociology, and on-level government courses for sophomores, which is new to the school this year. And he has 5 courses of that, and this is his interview.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me today for this interview. How long have you been teaching at this campus?
Let's say about a month and 11 days.
Okay, and how long have you been teaching in general?
This is my first year teaching.
Okay. How does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision?
During my limited time of being here, what I've recognized is email, newsletters, recognizing those who have actually gone above and beyond, helping others and maintaining the vision of the school. Also, I guess, voting on our Teacher of the Month and Staff Member of the Month, which is really, I guess, boosts morale.
Mm-hmm. How are these contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community?
They typically send those out via email. They've had some announcements, letting the students be aware of, who's upholding high standards.
How does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
Well, in my small tenure here, students have access to laptops, which I guess help them with assignments. They also have CTE, which is a place where they can go actually get some hands-on experience with some work, and then also we do give students a lot of leniency whenever it comes to failure and remaking up assignments and tests and those sort of things.
Okay. What processes are used in improving morale, which moves the campus toward the realization of the campus vision?
Well, I can only speak personally since I've only been here for a small time, but as a new teacher, of course, morale is expected to be at an all-time low. And everybody in the department and within the administration and schools have been really good about coming around, rallying around me, supporting me, saying it's going to be okay, you'll make it.
You'll survive. It's always the first year. Okay, well, thank you for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
My next interview is the most tenured teacher in the department at the current high school. She has been here for 8 years. She has an assignment of teaching 1 on-level government class, 4 AP government classes for sophomores, 1 student leadership class, and she is also in charge of student council, which means that she must put on homecoming, Red Ribbon Week, Teacher Appreciation Week, and any other spirit organization type activities for the school. She recognized that the campus vision was vocalized by previous principals, which she has been through 5 principals in her 8 years. But she knows that it's not fully vocalized with our current principal, but she knows that it is posted in the front office, and this is her interview.
It's a hard question.
Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day for this interview.
You're welcome.
How long have you been a teacher?
I have been teaching for 8 years, all of them here.
Yay!
Yay!
How does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision?
Well, I don't think that our campus vision is very clear, actually. The last time that anyone even mentioned the campus vision, I think it fell somewhere under the umbrella of student success for all, but I'm not sure if we have a very specific mission statement to get there. As for how people are recognized and rewarded, our principal sends out a newsletter every week, and we'll always mention a few staff members who have gone above and beyond that week. We're also given Jeans Day tickets, the occasional like Sweats Day where you can wear sweats. And we also have a monthly like Teacher of the Month that we vote on.
How are these contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community?
Well, to be fair, I don't think that they're communicated very well at all. I have been teaching here for 8 years and didn't even know that we had a mission statement. And as far as the community, I would say that they wouldn't have a clue about what that would be.
Okay. Do you think the students have a clue?
Not a clue.
Okay. How does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
I think that we are one of the very first districts in our area to implement the idea of Power Hour, which is the hour-long lunchtime in which the students are able to go to tutorials or go to club meetings. Since we're one of the first districts to implement this, there's been a lot of positives and negatives that have come from that. And I have noticed that our school has been taking some of those negatives and been trying to make some changes, like requiring kids to go to tutorials. And so I think that they are trying to adapt it to something that would be useful and helpful. So,
what processes are used in improving morale, which moves the campus toward the realization of the campus vision?
Well, while the administrators offer encouragement throughout the day, I don't think there's a very clear plan for improving morale. I do think that we need one. I know that we do because I'm the student council sponsor and I'm partly pretty much responsible for it. I know that we do like our teacher appreciation week that we do in May, and we do several things then. But I really think it would be important to show appreciation for the teachers and staff throughout the year, and I'm not really sure that that happens.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
I interviewed 2 more teachers today. One we will call Mr. V. He is a second-year teacher. This is only his second year teaching in general. He does have a master's in history, so he's very familiar with the content. He just is a little unfamiliar with all the pedagogical standards and what he should be doing as a teacher. The other one I interviewed was Mr. S, and he is actually a pretty experienced teacher with 13 years experience. This is his first time at our campus, Crowley High School, but he has taught within the district for several years, and so he's familiar with our district, but also previous districts he has worked in, and here is their interview.
First of all, how long have you been teaching?
2 years.
How long have you been at this campus?
2 years.
Awesome. How long have you been teaching?
13 years.
How long have you been at this campus?
1 year.
Awesome. What do you think our campus vision is?
Safety, ownership, achievement, and respect.
Mm-hmm. What do you think our campus vision is?
I really do not know.
Okay. Do you think our administrators encourage teachers to implement strategies that help the campus vision?
From what I've seen, not really.
Okay. Same question.
Actually, I think they do.
What examples can you give?
Well, they're always asking us they're teaching us how to teach. They are always trying to, break things up into short segments, things like that. But I think they're always trying to get us to be student centered and try to get the kids to be where they need to be.
Okay. Is there anything that you would add about maybe informing teachers about the campus vision?
I do not know.
Okay. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Yes. I think they just need to post it. They need to make sure that the teachers have it so they have a clear understanding of what the direction that that the administrators want the school to go into.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
As you can see, there was a common theme among the interviews. Most teachers did not know what the campus vision was, but I would like to go into detail for each interview and what was discussed during those interviews. With Mr. N, the first interview, he didn't know what the campus vision was, and he actually stated that. He said that, however, the campus had shout-outs for teachers to recognize and celebrate those that implemented the strategies. Those shout-outs are conducted by teachers for fellow teachers for whatever reason. It could be helping out on a specific class, or I saw what you did for the community fundraiser. Thank you. Good job. He also mentioned the Teacher of the Month. The Teacher of the Month is actually, those shout-outs are put into a jar, and then they are drawn out for the Teacher of the Month, and then that teacher has their name posted in the front office on a plaque to celebrate them as Teacher of the Month, and they get a $10 gift card for a local restaurant. The District Heartbeat he mentioned, which also gives a gift card to the teacher. That's actually open to the whole district, and that's to promote teachers that support the community overall and provide assistance for kids. They're usually going to our coaches, our student council leaders, or anyone that's holding large campus events that try to draw the community in to support them. Mr. N also mentioned that he wasn't sure if it was communicated to the community except through board meetings, which he said only about 10 people attend, and that the students know the Teacher of the Year. We do have daily announcements, and the principals do recognize the Teacher of the Month and the Teacher of the Year through those announcements so that the kids could actually hear who they were. And then he mentioned the weekly newsletter. The principal, this is the main principal, sends out to tell us about what's going on for the week, any games or meetings that we need to attend. But at the end, he always does a staff shout out for somebody that has done a job well done. This does not mean that they are actually acknowledging or recognizing or celebrating those who are implementing strategies to support the campus vision. It's just that these people are doing a good job at something throughout that week. He did mention that he thought that one of the goals is to keep failures under wraps so that we don't look bad in the community, but he didn't see this as encouragement. And finally, he thought that our principal does a good job of being supportive and understanding and encouraging. He laughs a lot. All of our principals are visible during passing periods and our lunch, which is called Power Hour, where students get an hour to eat lunch, but also they could go to tutorials or club meetings. They can decide how to use that time. He did say that being seen and being encouraging made him feel better about the campus and about the principal and his job. The next interview was with Mr. R, who is the department chair, which I assumed would actually be able to vocalize the campus vision and understand more about it, since he is the department chair and attends more meetings and has been in the district longer than the previous teacher. He did offer up the same kind of recognitions as Teacher of the Month, but he also added in the Avid Teacher of the Month, which the students get to nominate if they're using Avid strategies in the classroom. And I was not familiar that we had an Avid Teacher of the Month because this one is not announced. So I guess unless you actually talk to the Avid teacher about this, you wouldn't know. He also mentioned the weekly bulletin put out by the principal, the Heartbeat Award. On the second question, how are these contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community? He did mention the weekly bulletin again that notifies the teachers of the kudos that are given out. The Heartbeat Award, which is all sent to email throughout the district for all teachers, but it also is posted on the district website, and it is the first thing that pops up when you go to the Crowley ISD website. And as he mentioned, we do have a new website that they have put a lot of money into to improve public relations and try to make it more manageable for people accessing the website. But he also said word of mouth, because it is a smaller community, that people will talk about how things are going at the high school and mention that to their friends. And then our weekly announcements that the students are able to hear. They can also know who is doing a great job supporting the campus vision. How does the campus vision use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as learning experience to promote the campus vision? Mr. R pointed out that we do have PLCs this year where the departments can collaborate and create new lesson plans to try to use new innovative ideas and the technology. We have a one-to-one technology now with the high school students each receiving a laptop, and so lessons are supposed to be designed using that type of technology. And then we also use the PLCs to evaluate the data to see how effective those were as lessons. And he said that the morale had improved with the new principal for our last question. He does treat people with respect. He's very visible at the school. He trusts a lot of his staff members. There's no micromanagement involved. He also mentioned this district mentor program, which I have asked about this year and cannot get any information on. I know that they have had it in the past, and I don't know if that's the one he was referring to that had a binder and multiple meetings for the mentors themselves and for the new teachers to actually go to meet. And then he also mentioned PLCs as a way of increasing morale. It allows all the department members to come together to collaborate on lessons and work together for the campus vision, which when I tried to look up the campus vision, we do not have a personal campus vision. We have a district campus vision, which is the campus mission statement actually says Crowley ISD provides our students with excellence in education so that all students achieve their full potential, and our vision is Crowley ISD will provide all students with a world-class, high-quality education where students are inspired to succeed in the global community. Within that vision, we do have some core beliefs, our values regarding our work with teenagers, that they will be treated with dignity and respect at all times. Educators have a responsibility to foster positive relationships with all students, and our values regarding grading and homework, that we will promote learning and academic growth, and we should include timely feedback for students. Students, like adults, are not perfect, so they deserve the opportunity for a second chance on failed assignments and tests. Our values regarding instruction and learning. As a teacher, it is my responsibility to figure out how to reach each student. Learning is different than listening. Students should have daily access to meaningful learning activities that will help them acquire, process, and use the information we want them to learn. Today's learners are different than when we were in school, so all educators must be committed to learning new ways to reach the students of the 21st century. We have our values regarding student discipline, our values regarding our work and our workplace, our values regarding the role of our school with families and the community, and our values regarding our school facilities. Again, these are not campus-based, but these are for the entire district, so both high schools, all the middle schools, and elementaries all follow the same vision and mission statement as a district, not a campus. The next interview was with Mrs. P, and as I've said before, this is her second year teaching, and she actually said, I do not know what the campus vision is. It has never been said to me, but she assumed it was something with student excellence, and she pointed out that there is a weekly newsletter, the Heartbeat Award that goes out through the district, and at staff meetings, people are recognized and are able to share some of their ideas or improvements. She also pointed out that on how it's vocalized or how it's recognized by the staff, community, students, that the CIS website is a way to let the community know, but she said it's not effectively communicated throughout the school. She also mentioned the Technology Expo as a way that we use innovative ideas towards the campus vision. She also pointed out that Power Hour was implemented, which is our hour-long lunch, was implemented to improve morale with students and teachers, but it's also focused on student excellence because it allows the students opportunities to go to tutorials to make up any tests or corrections, which was one of the core beliefs of the district vision. The next teacher was Mr. G, the very fresh teacher who has really been only teaching for about a month. He did point out that there were emailed newsletters who have about who has gone above and beyond, that they'd announced the Teacher of the Month. He did say that it was that to recognize these people, there are emails sent out and there are announcements for the students to know. He also pointed out the access to laptops and CTE classes, which is our Career and Technology Education campus. Students are able to take hands-on courses in architecture, law enforcement, cosmetology. They also have dual credit courses, which is supposed to help with innovative thinking and risk-taking. And he said there was leniency throughout the campus that allowed the makeup of tests and assignments. And he said for himself, morale was pretty low because it is his first year, first month teaching, but that teachers all around and administrators were rallying around him to try to get him through this first year, and that it gets better after the first year if you can hang in there. And he said that that helped him a little bit because it makes him feel more comfortable in the school. The last interview was with the longest tenured teacher at Crowley High School that I interviewed. She did say that the campus vision was not clear, but the last campus vision she remembered was actually stated as student success for all. She did point out the typical weekly newsletter, the teacher of the month, and she also mentioned the Jeans Day tickets and Sweats Day that was given as a way to boost morale for the staff. If you do not allow your students to go to the restroom for the 10 passes that you receive for the 6 weeks, for every pass you turn back in, you get a Jeans Day ticket so that you could wear jeans throughout the week as long as you turn your ticket in for that day. And then there was a half day where students were able to leave early before Christmas break. And so we were told, because we had done so well throughout the week, that teachers were able to wear sweats to school that day and did not have to dress professional or wear jeans. Miss V, the teacher that I interviewed, said that the campus vision was not communicated very well at all, and she wasn't even sure what the mission statement was. She pointed out the Power Hour has both positives and negatives, and she believes that there are changes that are being made to try to adapt some of the negative behaviors that have occurred during Power Hour. She also pointed out that administration does encourage teachers throughout the day, but there's not a real plan, and that while she is in charge of student council, they do have Teacher Appreciation Week where they show appreciation. She would like to see appreciation shown throughout the year for teachers. So, as you could see from Mr. V's interview, he thought that the campus vision was our SOAR, which was posted all around our campus last year and apparently the previous year. That is more of our classroom management, trying to encourage students to take ownership in their own school, to succeed, and really accept responsibility for their own actions. And that was part of our PBIS program for Positive Behavior Intervention Systems. Mr. S stated up front he did not know what the campus vision was, but as Mr. V said he thought it was SOAR, he didn't really see the administrators really pushing towards that. However, Mr. S thought that our micro-teaching, professional development, how they actually encourage us in our teaching abilities, creating lesson plans, and the little strategies that we're taught throughout the year, like PSYOP, have been helping to push our teachers towards the campus vision, which he thought was to improve our teaching, even though he didn't state that outright at the beginning. He did encourage, though, the administrators start posting it around the campus, which he said in his previous school, it was off the interview, but he said it had been posted in his previous school, and he expected actually to see it in our own office, but we haven't noticed that yet. We did notice that they have added in our school board members' pictures and our Teacher of the Month plaque, but we haven't noticed the actual campus vision being posted yet. Mr. V wasn't really sure what could be done to help out, but again, he is kind of a new teacher, so he may not be familiar with ways that administrators could push the teachers to help them towards the campus vision. So overall, for my Gibbs reflective model. So what I did was I interviewed teachers, and I chose to stay within my own department, which is the social studies department. And I chose a spectrum of teachers from very new teachers to tenured teachers. Some teachers have more years of experience overall, but shorter time at the campus. And then our longest tenured teacher at the campus did have 8 years, and that is actually one of the longest tenured teachers still on campus. In all departments, there are only 3 teachers that have been there longer than her. There is a high turnover, and it could be because there's not a clear mission statement or a clear plan of how to boost morale. So I interviewed each teacher. I provided them the questions ahead of time to prep them so they would understand what I was looking for. And while some teachers did plan ahead what they were going to say, others did not. I was thinking most of the time that my newer teachers probably couldn't vocalize the mission statement or the campus vision, but the more veteran teachers should be able to understand what our campus vision was and be able to vocalize that for the interview. As you could see, most of them could not, and some of them were very upfront that it was not clear to them what the mission statement was. In the past, it had been clear, and it had been repeated several times by the administration, especially during faculty meetings and throughout the day, that even students could vocalize their mission goal. And I know that in my previous campus, I could state what the mission goal was depending on which principal it was. My last one was every student to graduation by family, by face. Hold on. Every student to graduation by name, by face, by family. Before that, it was student success, no excuses. So even the short phrases that are repeated over and over, I thought maybe would be evident to some of the other teachers, which they were not. What was good and bad about this experience? I think it was good to provide the teachers up front with the questions so they knew what to expect when I interviewed them. I may have the whole goal was to find out if they knew the campus vision, and for some of them they did not, and they didn't bother looking up to see what the campus vision was or the district vision. So I guess that actually shows me more that they wouldn't know it, so it gives me better results. But it would have been nice if they could have said in their interview, like, I don't know what the campus vision is, but I did go look it up and find out what it was so that I could answer actual examples of how our campus pushes towards that vision. What sense can I make of this? Our administration needs to do a better job of vocalizing the district vision and making sure that our staff knows what our core beliefs are. So in conclusion, I would recommend to our administrators that you create some short, sweet, to the point statement that you could start relaying at every meeting, post around the school. I was told that the campus vision is posted in the front office. I believe that's the district vision though. I do not believe the core beliefs are posted, but the mission statement and vision of our district are posted. Our staff needs to know what our values are as a campus and how we are to reach those visions. We need a clear plan, and our campus improvement plan was not actually passed until the December school board meeting, and I found that out through my classes at Lamar, having to look up my CIP. And when I asked my mentor, or who is my associate principal, what our campus improvement plan was, he provided me with one from 2 years ago. So I did some research online and found out at the December board meeting it was approved, and the campus improvement plan was posted on the website at that time. If I was to interview teachers again about the campus vision plan, I would provide them the campus vision up front so that they would know what the vision was, and then ask them to provide evidence of how we push or boost morale for that campus vision. How do we use innovative thinking or technology to push towards that campus vision? I would try to provide them with as much guide or guidelines as possible so that they could have a more descriptive way of how they would respond to teachers and students and the community working towards that campus vision. So again, my name was Amy Brown, and I'm a principal certification candidate for Lamar University, and this was my participating video where I interviewed a spectrum of teachers at Crowley High School and asked them about the strategies implemented to support the campus vision, the contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community, and how the campus uses innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision, and what processes are used to improve morale, which moves the campus towards the realization of the campus vision. Thank you for your time.